Okay, let's look here at the rubric for the content for our second week unit. The big question that we're looking at here is how does a lack of new learning and invention affect living conditions? So to start this out, we need to talk about what are living conditions or standard of living. In this section here, I'll give you a little arrow. So standard of living in this section, and we already understand the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so we don't need to explain that again. Same exact process. 5, 4, 3 are passing grades. A 0, the unsatisfactory, is not a passing grade, and you will need to redo it if you earn a 0. For standard of living, you can talk about the different measures used, discuss what influences them. So, for instance, let's say you want to mention infant mortality rate as a standard of living, and you want to say, okay, what influences infant mortality rate is what the healthcare quality is like. And also how much money people have and how educated they are. So you can explain those different things, talk about why they're important and why they matter, and then connect this to learning and inventions. In other words, do learning and inventions help to improve standard of living? And I'm giving you a little bit of a hint here, which would imply then that if there is a lack of new learning and a lack of new inventions as a part of these dark ages, then that's going to lead to worse standard of living conditions. Now, on to the Middle and Dark Ages. Describe the Middle and Dark Ages briefly. Why were they bad? And what's going on here with learning and invention? Is there some? Is there not? Explain your answer in good detail. And remember, the one big point of these rubrics that we always have to include is a clear connection to the essential question. So just make sure that you're always connecting these back here. So standard of living to new learning and invention. Same thing with Middle and Dark Ages. And same thing with our last one, the beginning of trade. You can talk a little bit about the Crusades, kind of as a little bit of background for trade. Talk about the spread of ideas, the desire for trade, and then technology for navigation, I'd say, would be a big one. And the other thing that we have left out of here to an extent is the really, really important piece of technology, which is the printing press. So make sure that you include your printing press. Ooh, I can't write that. I'll just write print. Make sure that you have the printing press included here in one of these categories. And I would say that probably fits here under this idea of spread of ideas, because that is a really, really important thing to include, because as you read and or saw, Johannes Gutenberg is considered by some people to be the most influential person of the past century because of the printing press, because of how influential it was in changing the way that Europe functioned. So make sure that you take your time here and have some high quality work, and as always, multiple references. So make sure that you're using other information. You've been given plenty of resources in the different blended schools pages and folders, so you have a lot of those there. Make sure you give credit where credit is due, and make sure you get your assignment in as soon as you can with a high quality product. Okay, good luck.